Going on, guys? Junior's Fishing Company with definitely a first for me today. I recently came into, I guess, quite a bit of awesome materials. I feel pretty lucky to have people that I know that are able to get all these materials for free. Some of these natural materials like bucktails and pheasant and stuff like that. One of the guys that ended up dropping off a bunch of stuff was like, "Hey, I don't know if you use it, but I shot you a squirrel." So he ended up getting me a squirrel tail, and I know you can buy squirrel tails at tons of fly shops online for me personally, but I thought, I'll take it. I dried it out and I took a look at it, and it was actually really, really cool. So one side of this, it's mostly black with a little bit of brown, but if you flip it on the other side, it's got this really, really nice black line that runs straight to it, and then obviously the tip is kind of loops back around. And this hair is actually pretty long. It's a couple inches long, and it feels a little bit like bucktail. And and you can see here, it's just a beautiful brown, kind of like a tan brown or something like that, maybe even a copper brown. Really, really cool. So I thought, I wonder if I could tie a streamer with that. Just a little small streamer. Obviously you can't tie some 7-inch, bass streamer. But I ended up messing around with this a little bit, and that's what I'm going to tie today. Just a one material, no flash, nothing. A one material fly that I think is going to be an absolute killer. I'll show you at the end how it ends up looking. I tied one up, got it wet, let it dry, and I won't have to do it to this one. I'm just going to build up a little bit of a thread bump here. I have 140 on. I started using 70 because I didn't want to build up a bunch of thread, but it ended up kind of, I broke my thread a couple times, so I just put some 140 on. I got black UTC here. I tied the one I'll show you at the end. I tied that in like I think it was just a standard brown, but I thought I'd go black on this one. This is a copper 1/4 inch spawn flyfish bead. The hook is a size 6 Umpqua XS 506. Really super stout hook. They're barbed, which I really like. So what I'm going to do, you can see I've got this little black line, this black band if you want to call it. And I could tie this way at the end like this. I could just tie one right up there. I'm going to do a couple different stacks here. And so I'm just going to tie this first one in. Really, I'm not super concerned with the length here. This is a pretty short hook, and so I don't necessarily want this to be overly long. I'm just going to trim off just a little bit of that, and these copter scissors just slice right through it. It's actually pretty tough stuff to cut. It just reminds me a lot of bucktail. I'm going to put this down. I'm going to end up spinning. Just do 2 loose wraps. If you've watched any of my jig videos, it took me a minute to remember. I'll be getting back to spring and summer stuff maybe in a month or so. It's still plenty cold here where I'm not really thinking that quite yet, but we're getting there. I'm going to spin this all the way around, so it's kind of 360 around my shank, and then I'm just going to tie that down. The reason I have so much by my bead, you can see I have all this material. If you're doing bucktail, you can really just ream down and kind of get that stuff on the shank, but this has zero flare. And with this 140, I am putting some good tension on there, but I don't want this material to slip out. And so I've kind of learned, if you can't get super tight wraps just on that little bit, just put a bunch more than you normally would and just get some extra wraps on there. That should be plenty good. I could add some flash here, but I'm not going to add any flash. This is as simple of a jig for me, a fly, as you can get. I'll just build up a little bit of thread there. Now I've got 2 stacks here. The first one I'm going to do, I'm going to take this hair and I'm going to intentionally, I don't care how long this bait's going to be, I'm going to do one thing. I'm going to line up that black with the other black. I don't want that to be here. I mean, you could if you wanted 2 bars, and I'll probably end up tying a couple of those, because I don't know what you see when you see multiple black bars, but I see a perch, and this would be a perfect little perch pattern. I'm going to save this squirrel tail's actually got a lot more than I thought it would. I'm going to tie a little perch pattern jig, but that'll be more for open water, so I'm not going to quite get there yet. So I'm going to line this up, and then I can just transfer that, and I can see how much I'm going to need to cut off. And I'm just going to kind of pinch my fingers up to where I'm going to really need it. And then I'll trim that off, and then I'll just get this right on to my shank, cord up my thread, and I'm just going to get 2 good wraps there. With that slot in the bead, it makes it a little tricky to spin this stuff, and so I'm actually just going to spin it a little bit, and then I'm going to end up putting a second stack on the other side where it'll be a little bit easier to spin around. I just want to go, I don't know, to about half, but again, it really does not want to spin at all. So I'm just going to get that down, and I'll end up trimming off some of the stuff that's here, but a lot of it just kind of fits right in that slot, which it looks just fine. It looks just fine. I'm going to take this second one. It's going to be a little bit of a thicker bait. The first one I tied was a little bit thinner, so I'm going to line up this black again with the other black. It doesn't have to be perfect. If it ends up being a little bit of a thicker black band, that's not the end of the world. So I'll take that, I'm going to flip this upside down, and I'm just going to kind of pinch right down onto there. I can just kind of get a pinch wrap there, and I'll just cinch that down with a couple wraps. I can take a little bodkin or something and push this onto either side, and this is where I'm going to flip, or this is where I'm going to spin and kind of line up all that stuff. I'm going to put eyes on this anyway, so if it's not perfect, that'll be just fine. But if I can, I want this to be as close as I can get it. There's a couple, you just want to make sure that all the hairs that want to be on their side are on their side. That looks pretty good to me. And I'll just wrap this down, wrap up to my bead. And this should be plenty tight. If you want to add some super glue or something like that, you can always add some super glue. You really don't have to, just because when I put those eyes down, I'm going to have some UV resin on there. I'll have a little bit of super glue putting those eyes on, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to just kind of cut. You don't have to watch me do it, but there's just a little bit of hair that's kind of riding on that bead. You don't have to worry about it, but it's just something that I want to take care of, and then we're going to put some eyes on. Alright, so that's pretty much as good as I'm going to want it to be. I can cover a little bit more thread there. I'll just grab my whip finish. 2, 3, work my way down a little bit. I'm not worried about building up any thread here just because I'm going to put my eyes down. I've got 5mm. I don't know, I think these are just hairline, like standard, just pretty standardized. I just wanted to try and match that bait. The brown, I wish I had some all black eyes. I'd probably put an all black eye on there. Grab my wrong thing. So I'm going to put some super glue onto that eye. And what I want to try and do is I'm going to put it a little bit on to that hair, just to ride it up, just to push it up a little bit. If you push that hair onto the eye, sometimes it'll kind of flare up and that bait just gets a little bit taller. I kind of like that. You don't have to do stuff like that. I'll put my second one on, and then I'm just going to put a little bit of UV resin on there. These 5mm eyes are just a great size. I really like 6, but 6 would just be a little bit too big for something like this. Just get that right where I want it to. That looks good to me. I've got just medium Solares here. I'm not going to put a ton on, and I really am going to try to avoid putting too much on to that hair, that squirrel. Just cure that up. Super quick tie. This makes me want to go to some websites and see what kind of other squirrel tails they have. It's amazing how, you know, you can tie for so long and never think of trying new stuff. You kind of just get stuck, you know, in your bucktails and stuff like that, and then all of a sudden you get a squirrel tail and you think, and again, this stuff is a couple inches long, so if you tied it way on the back of that shank, I mean, you could get a decent sized bait out of it. I'm really thinking spring with these bars of doing a perch one. So this is what it's going to look like. Obviously this is dry, this hasn't gotten wet. Nice little red bar there. If I take this off, the other one I tied was a silver bead, so it looks just a little bit different with some brown, but you can see, I mean, it makes just a perfect little minnow. I mean, this is just perfect. One material, that's all you need. This is dry, so you know, if you pull it in a little bit, it might make it look pretty much how it's going to look in the water. One material, quick, simple. I think I might have to buy some squirrel tails. Junior's Fishing Company. Like and subscribe, drop some comments below. We'll see you on the next one.